Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by. It's going to be my first devlog for Barchetta, and I'll take you on my journey through setting it up from beginning to end. It's going to be about a little boat, so it's very basic in concept. Basically, you collect starfish, and then you collect survivors. Well, save survivors. They're you get what I'm saying. There'll be obstacles, rocks, structures. There'll be sandbars you'll have to go around. There will be. These are all concepts. I have a level I started, and I'm still working on. So it's kind of in the infancy stages. So it's going to be a casual, calming experience that will pick up a little bit once you start interfacing with these enemies. I guess you could say enemies. Really, my idea is obstacles, somewhat puzzle elements, and the actual enemies would probably be like an octopus or tentacle coming out of the water, and basically just trying to collision. There's probably more I can add to it. Probably something I'm missing. If any of you, want to comment below, let me know what you think could be cool to add into this. It's completely open. It's really just going to be a game I put together, something that I want to finish. So I have a lot of projects, but not a complete full game, in which I want to finish this one and put it up on itch.io. And I'll put a link in the description to that project. I started the page already, and I'll put a link there, and we'll have something to upload once we get through some stages here, something to test, and once we advance a little bit on the development. So let's get into it. We begin our adventure with a cube, the loneliest cube you've ever seen. So this is my boat, quote unquote. Now I'm creating a plane for the ocean, or water, I should say, at this point. Another plane underneath. That's for the ground underneath the water. Let's label these up correctly. Yeah. Nice little square boat. We're going to go ahead and create a script here. We're going to add some physics to this boat. Name it something creative, boat physics. Of course, because I clicked off of the new script, it's named the class after itself, so let's rename that. And let's go ahead and start. Let's start adding our variables. And here we're going to create our variables for the boat physics. We're going to take into account the mesh, get our game objects. We're going to set all our stuff up here. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and create an underneath material under the water. So we can swap it out with a material that shows the under the water boat. And we're going to create our mesh for on top. I think we're just going to call that boat, or boat mesh. And we're going to go ahead and modify the boat mesh from our object that we're going to go ahead and attach in the editor, right? So we're going to go ahead and create our wave types. This will be our variables we can use to manipulate the waves. And we're going to use a Perlin noise and a sine wave function. Let's create our endless water square. This is the square that we're going to use, the tile I should say. We're kind of going to tile it. And it's going to be what we're going to use to procedurally generate the ocean. Now it's time to let's create a shader. I'm just going to do a quick one. Quick surface shader for the water. We've got our material, we've got a shader. I'm going to throw this together. It's going to be a new surface shader. Again, this is I'm kind of speeding through this in the video. No need to watch me type everything out. So I ended up swapping out that cube for the tutorial I followed. I actually had steps in adding a jet propulsion to it, which sounded really cool. But for my game and for my idea, this was a little overcomplicated, a little over-engineered. So I decided to keep it simple and do a simple controller. Just a forward, left, right steering mechanic instead of physics pushing the boat. And here you will see why. This is my attempt at using the propeller, the jet propulsion. It goes nowhere really fast. Like I said, I switched out from using the jet propulsion, went to a simple forward, back, left, right controller. And as you can see, I swapped the mesh, a little bit better model of a boat. Still needs a little tweaking. But at least we got something that floats and steers. decided to add my character. I mean, you can't just be a boat, right? Unless it's a boat that has consciousness somehow. But, so I added a fisherman, right? Because why not? So I guess this is who you are. You're a fisherman in a boat out to collect starfish and save survivors, which do not exist yet. But we got a boat going and we are steering. Now it's time to tweak it, and I want to add the camera to follow you around as you're driving. A few more days of work on the side here, because I'm doing this on the side of my full-time job. So after a few more days, I've gotten somewhat of a level begun to form. Got our main menu music. You're kind of on the coast of an island, and you have to get to the other side of the coast to save the survivor. And here you see I have, obviously you saw in the last clip there, I have the camera attached to the boat, or attached to the player. It follows the player. There's the starfish you can collect. There's the rocks that I have in my scene to avoid. And here you'll see at the other end of this island is the survivor waving, standing there on the dock, waving, waiting to get picked up. And yeah, and so this is where I've gotten. This is the beginnings of Barchetta. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Hit like, subscribe, and hit that bell for the notifications if you want to get alerted when I post the next devlog. And I appreciate everybody being patient through this video, and can only get better from here, right? Bye for now.